Once upon a time, in a land bathed by the water, was a rock with sculpted beauty, from the peak to the seas, whose sunset was magic and art. Jamaica land we love, its physical beauty has always been this and more. But its people were not always free. But now that the whips no longer crack, the chains are buried and massa is no more. Make your emancipation and independence worth it. Know the value of your freedom by celebrating through living, rebuilding and capitalizing on the opportunity given to having an influence and a voice. Good evening and welcome to Jamaica Magazine. I'm Adrian Atkinson. We have the news and much more in our program. Stay with us.
Good day, I'm Stephen McHugh, and this is your JIS News for Wednesday, July 26. Two pieces of legislation will be tabled in Parliament shortly to support and govern the operation of international companies in the country. They are the International Corporate Services Providers Act 2017 and the International Business Companies Act. Minister without portfolio in the Ministry of Economic Growth and Job Creation, Darrell Vaz, says they will establish a regulatory regime for the licensing and conduct of international corporate and trust service providers.
The objective, ladies and gentlemen, is to attract investment who will leverage the many attributes that Jamaica has to offer, through which they will pursue nearshore services to support their global operations.
Meanwhile, Jamaica Promotions Corporation, JAMPRO, is developing a national investment portal as part of its three-year business strategy. The portal will serve as a comprehensive base of information to facilitate investments in Jamaica.
To date, JAMPRO has issued a request for interest for capable firms to develop a web-based portal that will provide an interface for prospective and existing investors in Jamaica. The portal will have three main functions: information sharing, online application submission, and back office interface among government approval entities.
Minister Vaz says JAMPRO is producing an investor guide that will form the base of information to be shared on the portal and which outlines the steps involved in doing business in Jamaica.
It is anticipated that this project will complement the national investment policy and will help to better streamline business approvals and increase government's transparency and accountability.
The Minister of Economic Growth and Job Creation was addressing yesterday's Growth Forum during the Jamaica 55 Diaspora Conference. In an earlier session, Health Minister Dr. Christopher Tufton revealed that he would be visiting the United Kingdom within the next 2 weeks to conclude arrangements for clinical training of Jamaican registered nurses at hospitals in the UK. The training is part of government strategies to expand the cadre of nurses serving the public health system.
So one of the things we're working on is to train them in the classroom on the theory and do exchanges with other jurisdictions, other countries, so they get the clinical side of the training in the hospitals in other jurisdictions. And we also are doing the same thing with Cuba in order to expand the cadre.
Justice Minister Delroy Chuck says strides are being made to efficiently dispose of trials involving persons who are trafficked. He says government is strengthening the judicial system to reduce case turnaround times while also improving ways in which victims interface with the court.
The judge's only trial, which was recently approved by Cabinet, is a step in the right direction and signals that as the state is concerned, human trafficking continues to be a priority.
Meanwhile, Security Minister Robert Montego says human trafficking is responsible for many of the children reported missing and some who end up in illicit sex rings.
Human trafficking is the most underreported crime. One of the best ways to fight against and eliminate it is by making it everybody's business.
The ministers were addressing a press conference on Monday to announce plans for creating more awareness during Trafficking in Persons Week. The week is being observed from July 23 to 30 under the theme Stop Human Trafficking, Everybody's Business. Ground will be broken in 2 weeks' time for the first of 16 indigent houses that are to be built across the country. The first will be constructed in St. Thomas. Local Government Minister Desmond McKenzie says $90 million has been set aside to cover the building expenses for these dwellings.
And hopefully between now and the end of the next financial year, we would have been able to build up to 50 indigent houses across the country, outside of the repairs that will be undertaken to indigent housing across the country.
He says the construction of indigent housing is part of plans to improve social protection for the vulnerable. Other measures include an all-island street people survey. And finally, a beautification program is being implemented for the Emancipation and Independence period to ensure cleaner streets for the holidays. Executive Director of the National Solid Waste Management Authority, Audley Gordon, says the program will be conducted over the next 2 weeks.
Resource permitting, we will be in every district, cleaning up the town centers, the byways and the hedges, because we believe that the better solid waste management practices will give us a healthier Jamaica. And as we always say, Jamaica's beauty is our duty.
And that's it for JIS News Today. I'm Stephen McHugh. Thanks for watching.
Farmers across Jamaica, listen to this. Beet armyworms favor areas with high temperatures and good food supply like scallions and onions. Here are some tips on how to protect your crops from this ambush. Rotate crops, destroy all infested material, and plow damaged fields. Hand-pick and destroy eggs and tiny beet armyworms. Preserve combat fighters to help you fight armyworms. Use approved insecticides when treating crops. For information, contact your nearest RADA office or the RADA toll-free line at 1-888-ASK-RADA. That's 1-888-275-7232. Or contact the Research and Development Division Plant Protection Unit at Bodles in St. Catherine at 983-2267 or 983-2281.
Leading up to independence, Jamaica was the top bauxite producer in the world. As a result, ore growth and economic outlook was progressive. Still, the long-term effects on the landscape were not always positive, but the government is now facilitating the rehabilitation of these lands for development.
Bauxite mining is a profitable venture for Jamaica and other countries, but the effect on the land can be rough. Locally, steps are being taken to restore mined-out lands to productive and profitable use. The mining communities of Wat Town and Tobolski in Water Valley St. Anne are shining examples of the possibilities. Scores of farmers there have been benefiting from water harvesting and greenhouse technology, allowing them to earn from the land.
I feel very good, and especially when we are reaping.
Yeah, feel good about it and thing, you know.
The citizens who have formed themselves into groups are setting the trend for other communities to follow. Communities like those that will benefit when Transport and Mining Minister Mike Henry fast-tracks the transfer of ownership of mined lands to citizens for housing, agriculture, and other purposes.
I'm going to see how much I can step in to work very closely to ensure the handing over back of land, the handing over back of titles, and how that can relate to increasing the agricultural output in relation to it.
That policy is encouraged by the level of agricultural production at Wat Town and Tobolski.
The people who are buying are happy with the product, because the reliability is so important.
The farmers have been supplying the hotel and supermarket retail sectors and are overjoyed at what they have been able to achieve on mined lands which were previously idle.
This is an opportunity for all of us here in this community, because we have never seen anything like this before. We produce tomato and sweet pepper, and we are doing well.
When you compare it with outdoor farming, this is actually a lot more than outside. Most of the young people want to come in now, so we would like some more rows to put up.
Mining pits on the properties have been transformed into rainwater harvesting ponds, which provide a reliable supply of water for the plants in the greenhouses. Over 8,000 kilograms of produce were supplied in the first 4 months of the project at Wat Town.
I want to tell you that we have 20 farmers that is benefit from this greenhouse. 20 farmers. And right now we are having a lot of tomato on sale. For now we have at least almost 17,000 pounds of tomato supplied. Well, the pepper, as you see it, we have order for the pepper, but it's only ripe pepper they are taking now.
Similar initiatives are also established at other communities affected by bauxite mining, including Schwallenberg and 9 Miles in St. Anne, Content, Blue Mountain and Rose Hill, Manchester, and Myersville in St. Elizabeth. They have all been supported financially and technically at an overall project cost of $243 million through the Jamaica Social Investment Fund's Rural Economic Development Initiative at the Jamaica Bauxite Institute.
I am very pleased to see that even though farmlands have been used for bauxite mining, a way out has been provided for the farmers.
Beneficiaries of restored bauxite lands are encouraged to make the best productive use of their properties. And with major developments in transportation on the horizon, the Transport and Mining Minister says farming on these lands will get more lucrative with easier access to rail, road, and air cargo transportation.
So what I want you to appreciate is the vision that I'm seeking to bring in the connectivity of farming, transport, and reaching there.
Supporting sustainable development of communities on lands which have been mined, promoting self-sustainability and integrating mined-out areas in national development.
If you're watching the JIS, you're always in the know when it comes to government information. Keep watching, keep informed, and tell your friends. JIS, your #1 source for government info.
What's your favorite thing about Jamaica? Is it our food, our music, our spirit? Hear this and more from our little ones in this next feature.
Jamaica is a great country. We have the fastest man on earth. Not to mention the music. One love, one heart. We have the nicest beaches. And the nicest food.
But most of all, we have the brightest, most beautiful children. Hi, I'm Stacey Ann, otherwise called Mommy or Auntie Stacey, and today I'm going to take you on a journey into the mind of a child. Ready for some interesting conversation? Come now. What's the favorite thing you like about your school?
I love to learn.
You love to learn? All right. And Paris?
I like everything that I do in class.
Okay. All right. And Aliyah?
I like my teacher.
Oh, everybody loves the teacher?
Yeah!
All right. All right. Okay, another question now. We're going to talk about Jamaica, our country. Tell me some of the things that you like about your country. Alex?
I like to go to country and I like to go to the stadium.
Okay. And Malik? Malik, you like the flag? Why do you like the flag?
Because it looks pretty.
Okay. Nadia, what do you like about Jamaica?
I love it because it's my country and it's beautiful.
Wow, that's nice. It is beautiful, isn't it?
Yes.
All right, but hold on. There are some things about Jamaica that we don't like. Tell me some of the things about Jamaica that we don't like.
Those gunmen going around and shooting up people and then there's gunmen in my valley. And sometimes when gunmen come around in my valley, they put the gun and shoot it.
And how does that make you feel? That makes you feel sad.
My blood is gonna burst out.
Well, we know all of the things that we don't like about Jamaica. Can anybody tell me about some of the things you do to make things better?
I go to church and bless the Lord. I go to church and pray.
Voices of our future. The children who will one day be the decision makers, the managers, the legislators who will run the country. The government, through its various ministries, education, youth, health, remains focused on ensuring that these little people get what they need to be the best they can be.
When I grow up, I want to be a policeman, soldier, nurse, ballerina, hairdresser, doctor, lawyer, ice skater, police, fast like Usain Bolt.
Wow, such big ambitions for such little ones. I wonder what the older children might say.
Shuka.
What do you want to be when you grow up?
I would like to become a teacher. I want to help the country so it can be a better place so we can train and do other things.
What do you want to be, Mr. Head Boy?
I would like to pursue a field in astronomy.
You want to be in astronomy? Wow, why? Why astronomy?
Because the vast area outside Earth's atmosphere fascinates me.
I'm sure some of you have things about Jamaica, or maybe all of us have things about Jamaica that we really like, and there are other things that we don't like so much. Can you share with me some of the things you don't like? And when you tell me the thing that you don't like, you have to tell me how you would fix it if you got the chance.
I do not like the crime and violence in Jamaica. The situation why there are criminals out there because there are not a lot of jobs in Jamaica. The people of Jamaica really look up to the singers and they're a big influence to them. So I think that if they were behaving better and singing more positive songs, Jamaica wouldn't be like this. And I think that the way I would fix it, if someone or even like this gathering, students could tell them and talk to them, and the people of Jamaica put down their foot and say, not going to do this, they're going to fix the music in Jamaica so that they can sing more positive songs so the upcoming generation can be better and listen to better lyrics.
This is Jamaica's promise. Gifted and talented children, learning, growing, getting ready to make their mark. But they need you and me, each and every Jamaican, to make this land a place where they'll be safe, where they'll have an opportunity to learn and grow up. Let's make that commitment today. Until next time, remember,
all I want is a chance to go.
Jamaican women have been leading the way in all areas of national life, including the arts. Holding pride of place among them is the late cultural icon Louise Bennett Coverley. Miss Lou, as she was affectionately called, was a poet, broadcaster, folklorist, writer and educator. She pioneered the use of patois in literature.
Philosophy sounds like a big word now, but that's what we have in our proverbs. Great philosophy, like cotton tree tumble down, dog jump over it.
Another paragon among Jamaica's art elite was sculptor and educator Edna Manley. She paved the way for the explosion of Jamaica's modern art movement. Manley not only co-founded but also taught at the Jamaica School of Art, now named in her honor, the premier school in the Caribbean for the teaching of visual and performing arts. Iva Baxter is another of Jamaica's unforgettable women of the arts. She is widely considered to be the mother of the creative dance movement in Jamaica. Baxter was an educator and founder of the Iva Baxter Creative Dance Group, which produced other noted dancers such as the late Rex Nettleford. Researcher, social anthropologist, ethnomusicologist and folklorist, Dr. Olive Lewin pioneered the preservation of the island's folk songs through recordings. She also formed the Jamaica Folk Singers. And helping to lead the charge across the stage has been actress, author, broadcaster and educator Leonie Forbes. Contemporary women have also been blazing trails of their own. Women like dancehall gospel artist Marion Hall, the first Jamaican female to win a Grammy Award. Author, historian and social scientist Dr. Erna Brodber. Poet and author Lorna Goodison. Sculptor and set designer Lorna Facey Cooper. And musicologist, singer, pianist and percussionist Marjorie Wiley. Jamaica's women have also been leaving their mark and breaking barriers in popular culture. In 1963, Carol Joan Crawford became Jamaica's first Miss World winner. In 1985, Althea Leng became the first Jamaican to cover an international magazine when she graced Essence. By 1998, Jodian Maxwell grabbed headlines when she became the first non-American to the Scripps National Spelling Bee. And in 2007, Zara Redwood won the Miss Jamaica Universe competition, becoming the first Rastafarian to represent the island in an international beauty competition. Jamaican women, influential in all spheres of national life.
Nominations are now open for the 2017 Prime Minister's Youth Awards for Excellence. Persons 15 to 29 years old may apply and be recognized for their work in 11 exciting categories. There's also a Jamaica 55 commemorative category for youth engaged in community-based volunteerism. Access nomination forms by visiting moey.gov.jm, youthjamaica.com, or any youth information center across the island. Nominations close August 31.
Independence with a vengeance. Independence raising Caen. Jamaica start grow beard. I hope them caution world map. We stop draw Jamaica small for the little speck can't show with independentness at all. Miss Lou. Her tongue was seasoned with laughter, truth and passion which she shared with all. Yard and abroad. More on how her legacy lives on.
This long time, girl, we never see you.
You're just walking up and down like my auntie Rachel says. Keep by your mouth, the girl tree. You make your fool so Liza, spread out yourself.
I've learned that people will forget what you have said. People will forget what you did. But people will never forget how you made them feel. Miss Lou made us feel happy, proud to be who we are.
When you're talking to me, talking Jamaican. I mean, for second, you're blind.
I wheel right through the gate, you see, man, and all the call them call. I wouldn't look. I don't business in them cascas. For my life is open book. Oh.
On October 20, 2016, 10 years after her death in 2006, Jamaica's queen of social commentary peppered with laughter is again allowing us an unfettered view into her life. Documents she donated to the National Library of Jamaica upon her migration to Toronto, Canada in the latter years of her life have been archived and officially launched for public consumption.
Memories are essential to our humanity. And as human beings, we have an innate need to remember the past.
We must record our stories, and we must preserve and protect our heritage and our history.
With the archives now at the National Library, it will facilitate keeping the memories of Miss Lou alive, and that we do not forget what she did and how she did it.
Louise Bennett was a profoundly influential figure in the development of Jamaican self-confidence.
She taught us to value the creation of our people, to accept our ways of expression, to celebrate our unique Jamaican swag and spirit, and to be confident in who we are. Therefore, Miss Lou will not and cannot be confined to our glorious past. She is still very relevant today.
Thank you.
Through this new resource, Miss Lou Archives, we get a glimpse into the life of this Jamaican cultural icon as we have never ever seen before. The Miss Lou Archives presents the personal collection of unpublished material including photographs, recordings, diaries, letters, and drafts in her own handwriting and other artifacts. It adds to the vast trove of works by Jamaicans and about Jamaica, which is housed here at the National Library of Jamaica.
As of today, persons researching the evolution of Jamaican literature, Jamaican language, Jamaican theatre, folklore, and the life of the Honorable Louise Bennett Coverley herself will not have done thorough enough research unless they consult these archives.
So much was donated that the newly unveiled catalogue represents only about 80% of what is available. Much more is still to be catalogued from the personal papers of Miss Lou's husband, Eric Coverley, who was himself a theatre legend.
Today, not only are we celebrating Miss Lou, but we are celebrating Eric Coverley. We have to recognize the part that he has played. He also was an extremely creative individual.
The Miss Lou and Eric Coverley Archives is located in the Special Collections Department of the National Library. The collection is organized into 10 main series, which are further divided into other sub-series.
You will be able to access it online. However, to view the documents, you will need to come to the National Library of Jamaica. Clients can consult the archive, you can make notes, but when you must acknowledge where you got the information from. In order for you to get copies, to use in a publication or any other form of reproduction, you must contact Miss Lou's estate.
Miss Lou was selfless and operated in the premise that she would not hide her talent under a bushel, but to share it not only with her fellow Jamaicans, but persons all over the world.
She was Jamaica. We didn't think she would be going anywhere. As a matter of fact, we thought she would be with you forever. And in the form of her papers, she is with us forever.
I wish not for preeminence nor grand prize in a lottery, but power to express my whims and thoughts in poetry.
Accept on madness. Accept on madness. Madness is the successor of hard work. Hard work is good. Hard work. Therefore, if the madness is the successor of hard work, who are the maddest person here?
You're just walking up and down like my auntie Roach said. Keep by your mouth, the girl tree. You make your fool so lies. Spread out yourself. Long time, girl, me never see you. Come let me hold you hand. It is a long time, girl, me never see you. Come let me hold you hand.
We are a people who seek to be seen, heard, and understood. We want to be involved, independent, and prosperous. Hope will get you there. The Housing Opportunity, Production, and Employment Hope Program, giving hope to Jamaica's youth. Take us back with your fondest memories of old-time Jamaica and take us with you to the Emancipation Independence celebrations via Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Not sure what to do or where to go? Send us an email, jamaicamagazine@jis.gov.jm, or check out our website at jis.gov.jm. And if you're staying in, we have you covered on our YouTube channel. Until next time, I'm Adrian Atkinson, wishing many more years of independence.
This has been a production of the Jamaica Information Service, the voice of Jamaica.